Number 21 is the runner from Total Pokemon Action, Rapidash. Uh, I have to say, out of all the seasons, she's one of my favorite redemption characters. She really had a huge redemption in season 2. She got all the way to the end, did lose, but that was kind of planned. I feel like people would have been like, I feel like it would have been way too obvious if Rapidash won, and it really would have. But I loved her redemption story, and I feel like a lot of other characters in the season never really got that kind of, I guess, redemption kind of story. Spiritomb just got third simply because I didn't find a reason to get rid of him. And it really seemed it was, and looking back, it's not that, like, I'm gonna say he didn't deserve third place, but at the same time, it was kind of a not well earned third place. But this is Mel Rapidash. She will return, with a lot of fun, and I promise she will not be out as early as she was last time. Number 22 is Toxicroak. Okay, I'm sorry. Saw this picture with him and Craig, and I was like, I'm using this picture. I don't even care that they're sitting there flipping people off. It's funny as hell. Toxicroak is loved. I know you guys love him to death, so he will return. I'm excited. Toxicroak is a fun Pokemon and character to play around with, so it will be a lot of fun to bring him back. Number 23 is Persian. You know, I have to bring some villains back, so Persian definitely is returning without a doubt. He will definitely have some adverse effects, and he will have a long-lasting effect on a certain number of characters. That's I'm not saying how long or how not long he will last, but that his fate has already been sealed in this season, so you'll have to see. Number 24, Milotic, my Cinderella. I think after season 2, she got a bad rap, and season 4 she really redeemed herself. You guys never got to see the conclusion to that story. She kind of had to backtrack, but again, I will put that all in the video when I go through the eliminations from Big Sister Still in Your Show. Milotic will return, and I'm excited to bring her back. 25 is Mantine, my little ADD freak. I love him to death simply because since I made him the ADD freak and I have ADD, I don't know if anyone knows that, but I do. I love him to death, so he will return. I'm excited to play around with this character again, and we'll just see where it goes. Number 26 is Gliscor. I always had a lot of fun with this character. I mean, kind of similar to the Miss Maggie's Luxury plots in most of my seasons, his always kind of centered around Vespiquen. So this season, I want to take a different turn. I'm not saying that, that they won't last long together. Who knows? I can be honest with you, I still don't even know what their fate is. I literally have maybe the first 7 eliminations set in stone, possible stone with me right now. So Vesquin and Gliscor will both get farther than that. I can confirm that for all of you guys. I just don't know who's going to get further this season or what will happen. But I do not want their plots to revolve around each other because it's so dead, and I've done that in so many seasons. So I want to definitely change that up. Number 27, Drifbloom. Our country belle will be returning. I'm very excited with her. Her preseason partner is actually going to be Sceptile, and I got so excited with them sitting next to each other. It was kind of just like a random thing. I'm like, oh, I'll put these two next to each other. But uh, their pre-episode is definitely one I'm looking forward to. I actually will, when I get to one of the characters for the next pre-episode, I will let you know who's next. I actually think one of them's next. But anyway, so Drifbloom will return, and I'm excited to play around with her and see what happens. Number 28 is Tangrowth, and I was right, she is next. She will be involved in the next pre-episode. It's actually going to be her and Primate. Now, I know you guys aren't huge fans of Primate, so I'm sure you'll enjoy his pre-episode. It's actually really funny. I was actually talking to Plaid and Neon about a bunch of the things that I wanted to do, how I have the custom sprites, and I have the backstories, and how everyone's going to have a certain thing they want to accomplish before they're eliminated. A major thing I want to do this season is I want to be able to close the chapter. I want to be able to close my book at the end of this and feel okay with me being done. So if the season does premiere, everyone is going to have an end to their chapter, on my series. So Tangrowth will definitely be one of those, as will Primate. Primate is going to be super, super funny. Tangrowth will be interesting. I think you guys will be shocked at what's happened with her time lapse, but I'm excited to bring her character back into the fold and see what I can do with it. Alright, number 29 is Shaman. I love Shaman to death. I really feel like season 4 she got a bad rap. I was kind of pissed about how I got rid of her. A lot of them I really was like, I don't have plot for you, so I'm just gonna find a way to get rid of you. I mean, it was cute, but at the same time, I got really upset about it, looking back on it, especially because I just felt like Shaman definitely deserved way better than what she got in that season, especially since, I really wasn't focusing things around her and Leafeon, and I think that's kind of how I got rid of him, just became an easy out. And I was kind of motivated about that too. A lot of the eliminations I really think weren't as deep thought out as I wanted them to be. So that's why this season will be so much more than anything else. But off track, I do love Shaman. She's amazing. She's an awesome character to deal with, and I'm excited to bring her back for another season. Number 30 is Metacham. I can promise you all his elimination will not have to deal with Ghost. I can promise you that this season. He's definitely he's made some really good friends. He's had an interesting job. Something that I wanted him to do, which you will see in the preseason episode. Him and his two other friends, which I won't reveal yet because I won't. My bros actually know who he's friends with now, and what his job is. But since the three of them all share a similar story, it'll only be shown in one of their pre-episodes. So once I do show the pre-episode of the trio, just know that whoever the other two are paired with, it'll simply be a one-parter just to make it easier. Because if they're all the same, then it doesn't make any sense. Okay, so moving along, I'm gonna have fun with Medicham. I'm excited to actually not eliminate him because of Ghost this season. So let's move along. Number 31 is Houndoom, our winner from season 1. I really feel like he's had no development since season 1. Season 1 is definitely a season I look back on, and I didn't really have a development. I knew who was going where and who was returning when, and everything was set in stone. There was no plots. It was simply me sitting down and saying, I want this person to win. I decided I wanted Houndoom to win. I already knew I couldn't have Miss Magus win because Mischievous was my YouTube name, and that would have been completely obvious. So she was never even supposed to get merged, which she didn't, obviously. But Houndoom was the winner set in stone from a long time. And, I don't feel like he ever got much character development, honestly, in any of my seasons. So he will get a lot of development this season. We will definitely see him stand apart from his wife. I'm not saying, that he's not going to, obviously be aligned with his wife. It's his wife. But at the same time, I want him to have his own voice and his own personality. And that's what I want from him, and that's what he's going to show this season. So I'm excited to show it to you guys. Number 32 and 33 are our ever lovable twins. They've been evil, they've been kind of in between, they've been evil again, they've gotten broken down. Espeon has been sobbing, Umbreon has had to choose a side, between his wife and his sister, and they've just been through the whole ringer. So I had to bring the twins back. If I didn't bring the twins back, it would not be an all-star season. They are definitely all-star players that were one of my favorite things about season 1. I loved bringing them into the fold. I've always loved the evolutions in general. I'm sure you guys noticed since I have all of them in my frickin' show, except for Sylveon. I will not add Sylveon. She's simply their sister who was hosting a talk show. I had to throw her in there because I've had that idea for ages, ever since Kalos came out and everything, to throw a Sylveon in there. I just never got to do it. So, yes, they will return, and I'm excited to bring them back and kind of find out which side they're going to show this season. So, that's all exciting. Number 34 is the ever lovable Cherim, our adorable little flower who I always had extreme fun with. Her second elimination, honestly, live was complete and utter. I will not take credit for her second elimination in live. It was really Neon's idea, and it was the funniest elimination idea ever, and I loved it. And actually kind of will be showcased. I'm also, another video I'm gonna make, if you guys can't tell, I'm ADD, because I have like 10,000 things going on in my head. But another thing that I do want to make, I'm gonna make the last opening for live, and I'm gonna publish it and put it on YouTube so you guys can see. I have the music, I'm just figuring out what I want to do with the last and final opening. I already had it in my head, it's been a while, so I kind of have to reshuffle everything. But when I do the Total Pokemon Live eliminations, I will explain to you the second elimination for Cherim, because she did return. It was her. She returned along with Luvdif, Steelix, Banax, and Blossom. Obviously, since Blossom went, obviously she returned. But they were the ones that returned and stuff for a lot of fun. But obviously, I'm not going to take credit for the elimination. It was all Neon's idea. I loved it up and down, and that's why I kept it. So anyway, let's move on, huh? Alright, number 35 is Magmortar. I'm excited to bring him back because he needs development. Parbatum. His elimination in season 1 was all around Charm. Season 2, he kind of got the shaft. I just didn't know what to do with him. Season 3, it was really just a fan vote, and it was, honestly, I was okay with it because I really didn't know what to do with him. So this season, it's going to show Magmortar, one of the plots, which I will reveal, it's not a huge plot, so it's kind of, he's going to get in an argument with Charm. He's kind of not agree with something she says, and for once in his life, he's really going to debate the relationship. Um, I won't spoil the outcome of the relationship, but again, I'm not really sure on myself. I've always been a Courtney Duncan fan, and they are my Duncan and Courtney. So, but I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm going to do with the relationship, but it's something that I'm going to have to look down on and or yeah, look down and just kind of see where I can do with their characters. Like I said, this is going to be an amazing season. So anyway, number 36 is Luxray. He had to come back. He's a very big part of one of the plots for one of the characters. He has to be there. Him, Miss Magius, have to be there for the plot, and another character, which I will show as I keep revealing characters. But he has to be there. He also is a very funny pre-story, which I hope you guys enjoy. He's actually sitting with Roserade, so his is kind of funny, whereas hers is kind of dark and sad. So I kind of was trying to counterbalance it at that point. But yes, Luxray's plot will not center around Miss Magius this season. I promise you, it will not. Just like Metachan before him, uh, and Meg Mortar, it will not focus around their wives. I can't do that this season. I have to make it different, and it will be. Number 37 is Sceptile. Originally, Sceptile was not involved, and then I originally did throw him back in simply because I wanted to showcase the Mega Evolutions. And then I thought about it, and I said if I want him in this season, it can't be because he has a Mega form that I haven't shown yet. It has to be because I have plot for him, and I do. I will not reveal his plot because I'm very excited about his plot, and it's going to really be a lot of fun. Let's just say that his personality is a lot different than it was from the island. So it will, you'll see things. All right, number 38 is Lantern. Now, Lantern is the third person that I did want for the one character's plot. She needed to be there. So Hermes, Magus, and Luxor had to be there. I don't know if that gives you guys any clues of whose plot they're involved in. If you guys get it, good. If you don't, I'm not saying a word, simply because I don't want to reveal a lot of things. Some things I'm revealing, like I said, with Meg Border thing and whatever. Um, but and when I included Lantern, I had to. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen the video. Grumpig still is in it, but I included him because I wanted her in it. And Grumpig has never gotten a fair shot in any season that he's been in for me, and it's not fair. I didn't know what to do with him in season 2, and that's why I got rid of him in the group elimination. In season 4, it just kind of sucked. I mean, I'd already said that Grumpig was going to go, in like number 14 to go, but at the same time, I kind of felt bad because he never got development, and this season he will get it 100%. He's going to be helping a character with their plot, kind of help them find themselves, refine themselves. They kind of lost themselves along the way, so he will have a big plot. I'm excited to play around with Grumpig's character and kind of flesh it out and let you guys see what kind of person he actually is, or Pokemon, whatever. You get what I'm saying. All right, number 39 is Hippowdon. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with Hippowdon this season, but I do want to do something more. I feel like a lot of his plot has been around his wife or his romantic attraction to Roserade. A lot of different things that I feel like he's never had his own plot because of him. I originally returned him because I didn't want to return Garchomp, and I just felt like it was easier making the male Eva, even though Garchomp still is my Eva. I mean, duh. But it was easier to just return someone that I knew they would vote off right away, so it was just easier. I'm still not sure what I'm doing with Powdon, but he will get past at least the 7th elimination, so we'll see what I can do with his character, and we'll see. His custom parade is actually really, really funny. I just did it a couple days ago, and it's actually really funny, and it was more of an attempt to get Ninetales attraction back, so it is really funny. So don't feel like, you're like mocking or something if you think the sprite's funny, because it is. Number 40 is Ninetales. Speaking of Hippowdon's wife, obviously you guys already knew Ninetales was in it. Not to mention obviously Wigglytuff because you've seen the pre-episodes. But regardless, Ninetales is a character that I really have secretly loved. I just think that I've never, I guess, thought that she was, good enough to get to, such like single-digit numbers. Who knows? She made this season. I know how much you guys love her, and I'm not only doing this for me, I'm doing this for you, and I want to give you guys what you want. I know you guys love Ninetales, and for that reason, simply, she will do well this season. I'm not saying how well, and I'm not saying she's going to win, and I'm not saying she's not going to win, but I won't reveal otherwise. Okay, there's actually only one other person who knows who wins my season, and I also will not say who that is. Just saying. Anyway, I'm gonna make this the end of part 2. Whatever. I'm just trying not to. I need to get a new freaking recording system, but regardless, I'm gonna do that. Otherwise, if not, I'll extend it. But I know how much I talk, so let's face it, I may need to make it a couple parts.